Hi guys, this is the first part of our travel vlog to Sharm El Sheikh in Egypt. First of all, we stayed at the Premier Inn Gatwick Hotel at the North Terminal. I put a separate video review as well linked underneath this video. You can check that out as well. Now let's get into the airport and show you also the flight, etc. Now here we are waiting to check in with our luggage. It didn't take very long, even though the line looks quite big, but it was fine. Hello babies. So yeah, let's go into the airport. So we're just at Gatwick Airport. And hi. And we've just gone through security control. This is the airport. Hello. The best deals for any meal deals are actually at Boots. You got a snack and a sandwich and a water for $5.50. So the best deals are actually there. There's a variety of shops here. There's plenty of seating here. So yeah, I also said I went through security for the first time without the scanner. I declined it. And that was a big thing somehow. But it's good when you had the kids with me, so we were all patted down in a separate room here. If you don't want to be scanned with a scanner because I don't want all the radiation, then you can just tell them you want to opt out, and it worked fine here. Want to speak?
Papa.
Hello. Cuckoo. So we've just been at the hotel, and also at breakfast we spoke to someone at the Premier Inn here in North Terminal at Gatwick, and he said you can book. There's also a special Premier Plus room where you get water, you get coffees, an espresso machine, just a bit more premium. And we couldn't book that option. Maybe it's sold out because apparently they sell out very fast. So yeah, that's also good to know about the Premier Inn. He said this Premier Plus room only costs £10 more, so that's great. You can have some waters in there, some coffees, and just a bit more of a premium room. So yeah, and yesterday we parked at the long stay car park here at Gatwick Airport. If you've never been, it's quite a long drive. You drive past this sort of airport gate. It was dark last night, so it wasn't point of me filming it. You drive past the Gatwick Airport gate, and then you continue quite a long way out, and then you have the long stay car park. And it's tarmac, so that's great. There's tarmac there, so you don't have to worry about that. What else was important? Yes, and this time when you book the long stay in advance, which is best to do for price, it didn't recognize our number plate. Normally you drive up there and they recognize your number plate, so you just make sure you press the assistance button if this happens to you at a long stay car park here at Gatwick Airport, and then they can check your booking properly. And don't just get a ticket, because otherwise you might have to pay a lot more. So yeah, that was interesting. We're just waiting here for our flight to Sharm El Sheikh in Egypt. And yeah, we're just sitting here at the airport. I'm just waiting for Paul and my daughter to come back. And he found something to play with. Hey Oscar, you playing with the plants? Yes. You playing with the plants? Yeah. Hehe. So that's it for now. We are in the airplane and just taking off from Gatwick Airport to Sharm El Sheikh. Here you can just see a bit of Gatwick here over the scenery. Really horrible, miserable winter here at the moment, just rain. So here you can see a little bit of Gatwick and the area. Now here you can see my daughter painting in one of these books, really useful as well as a tip one of these water pen books. You put water in the pen and then it magically appears what is behind the pages. Other than that, we had Play-Doh with us and some other things, but unfortunately it was a 5-hour flight, a bit less than 5 hours. We had to use a bit of a screen, otherwise they would just have been very, very bored, especially my 3-year-old. But this water pen is really good to have, this sort of painting on the plane so you don't make a big mess. We got some good views from the aircraft as well during our flight. You can see here are the Austrian Alps, beautiful view over Austria here. And you can see down there the mountain range, really beautiful. And also it was a lovely sunny day down there, so were able to capture this really nicely. The footage of the flight view is followed by this, or a little bit of the Suez Canal you can see. The pilot was really good. He showed us a few different views. Here you can also see North Africa, the mountain range here, beautiful as well. So we had some good views over the areas during the flight, and yeah, the staff on the flight were great. Again, we're really impressed with TUI. Here you can see some of the food menu on board. You can also download this beforehand online. You can also pre-order food if you would like. We had nothing on the way from Gatwick to Sharm El Sheikh because we obviously had the meal deal from Boots for £5.50. On our return journey, we weren't really quite sure about the airport food at Sharm El Sheikh airport. So obviously in the resort, the food was fine, but we weren't really sure about the hygiene at the airport. That's why we decided to purchase something on the aircraft. So we had a ham and cheese roll and a Vienna roll. And yeah, it was fine. It wasn't something super amazing. It was just something to get in our stomach. The flight was supposed to take about 5 hours, but it was actually a bit less. Really good flight we had. And here on the right you can see a bit of the flight path. I just took a little snapshot here on board. And here is also the coastline in Egypt. Beautiful here. This is the coastline of Sharm El Sheikh, just arriving here. Beautiful scenery, as you can see, and I'm gonna show you now the landing, also really nicely done. We were really impressed with the flight. As I said, the TUI staff are usually very friendly. When we arrived in Sharm El Sheikh, they also had 2 doors down, 2 steps down at the front and at the back of the aircraft, which was great because when we left in Gatwick and also when we arrived in Gatwick airport, you were only able to exit via the front of the plane. So that's also good to know. When we arrived there, we had 2 steps going down, and it made it easier for us because we were at the back of the plane with the kids, of course. In Sharm El Sheikh, we're going to stay at the Coral Sea Aqua Club Hotel. And in part 2 of our Egypt travel vlog, we're going to show you all around the Coral Sea Aqua Club Hotel. We're going to review it. We're going to show you the food available in the all-inclusive resort. And also we're going to show you the beach and the pool, etc. Sharm El Sheikh is a diver's paradise. It is home to the Ras Mohammed National Park, which hosts over 1,000 species of fish and 220 species of coral, which is amazing. And apparently it is forbidden to take any coral home with you, so be careful with that. And also no seashells, so make sure your kids don't accidentally pack something they shouldn't. Sharm El Sheikh is also nicknamed as the City of Peace because it frequently hosts international peace conferences, and it is located in the southern tip of the Sinai Peninsula. So it experiences subtropical desert climate, which means you can enjoy 300 plus days of sunshine a year, and with winter temperatures rarely dropping below a comfortable 18 degrees Celsius. And on our stay, we had between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius temperature in January this year in 2026. So it was perfect time of the year to travel there. Also, we were traveling in the mid of January. That's also a great time to travel because most people don't travel then, because most people go back to work and that's it after Christmas. So that's a great time to travel. Just before December and also in the middle of January is a great time for you to travel. And we're landing. We're in Sharm El Sheikh. Now we're off to the hotel. Yay! Strand, yes, Leilani. There is a beach. Yeah. Flugzeug. Was ist Flugzeug auf Englisch?
Plane.
Ja, airplane.
Lelly machen. Lelly haben.
Ja.
Kange. Lelly. Ich will zum Sprechen.
Alright, well, welcome to Sharm El Sheikh, where the local time here is 2 hours ahead of the UK, which makes it for just approaching 4:35 in the afternoon. Outside temperature is 22 degrees. For everybody's safety, we'd ask you please to remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. Now that we've landed and vacated the runway, you can use your handheld electronic devices to make and receive calls and messages. Please take care when you open the overhead compartments to ensure that nothing has moved or falls out. We kindly remind you that smoking is not permitted and does not include the use of electronic cigarettes.
It's not the beach. Yeah,
If you're given an
it's
additional
not the beach.
seatbelt
That's
or
why it's funny.
child's life vest, please leave these clearly on the aisle seat.
My little one thinks it's, my daughter thinks it's the beach.
Please remain seated until all other customers have disembarked and the crew will then be happy
Been
to assist.
hyping her up for weeks to go to the beach now.
Please ensure that you have your landing
Oh, look,
pass
there's a
inside
private
your
plane.
passport, as you will need these when you arrive.
The flight attendant just mentioned some landing cards that you have to fill in. That is something apparently the landing and departure cards that they will get rid of in the next months or so. I spoke to another TUI staff when we were leaving Sharm El Sheikh, and he said they're soon going to get rid of that. So that is also great. Now here you can see us arriving. There's the airplane and we were taken by bus to the terminal, and at the terminal there were everywhere TUI staff to direct us. It was very well organized of TUI. They have plenty of staff there to show you where to go when you exit the terminal building. Here you can see the terminal building and the buses are just down there. And this is the bus journey from the airport in Sharm El Sheikh to the Coral Sea Aqua Club Hotel. The bus journey took about 10 minutes. It just depends how many people they have to drop off. But the hotel is really near the airport. But we were also not bothered about airplane noises or so when we stayed at the Coral Sea Aqua Club Hotel. So you don't have to worry about that. In the second part of our Egypt travel vlog that is also coming up, I will link it as well below this video. We will show you all around the Coral Sea Aqua Club Hotel, the review, we'll show you the pools and also the hotel opposite. They have a lovely beach as well, and it is also coming up in our Egypt travel vlog series. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and leave a comment underneath this video.